Now here I'm in a situation where I'm just off the green, but for some reason or other I'm not comfortable putting this. Now generally, if you know me at all, you know that I would putt this because the Texas wedge is by far the most forgiving golf shot we have, but in this particular case, the grain of the grass is growing into me, and I'm just not quite sure how this ball is going to react if I putt through this grain. Being Bermuda, it's pretty coarse, and so if I can't putt, generally the next option is, well, I'm going to chip. And by definition, a chip is the kissing cousin of the putt in the sense that we're still trying to achieve the same thing no matter what the shot, and that's go from point A to point B in as few or as efficient way as possible. And we always take the simplest way to get there. So if I can putt the ball from point A to point B, I'm going to do that. But if something prevents me from putting, for example, in this condition, the grain, or it could be anything, it could be mud, it could be a tree root, it could be anything, then my next option would be, let's go to the next simplest shot, and that would be the chip. And by definition, a chip is a low trajectory approach shot that spends the majority of its time on the ground. So by definition, a chip is a ball that has the majority of its time on the ground, minimum amount of time in the air. And the purpose is to get me over whatever kept me from putting in the first place. So in this particular situation, the ball is going to have just a little bit of a hiccup of trajectory. I'm going to try to get it to land on the green as close to the green as possible, preferably within one step of the green, and then I'm going to let it roll the rest of the way. So as far as shot selection, I'd really like to putt this. It's not a very big target. It's only about 10-15 yards away, but I can't putt it, so I'm going to chip it. So again, it's going to be very similar to a putting motion with the exception of the chip, or excuse me, with the exception of the address position. Now, the club of choice for this particular shot is going to be a 52-degree pitching wedge. I use this a lot around the greens because it allows me to do a lot with the ball. But generally, if I was going to teach this, I would be hitting it with a 7-iron. And we're going to talk more about that in a minute. But in either case, I want the shot to be a low trajectory shot, so the setup has to reflect that.